Hey guys, welcome to another interesting episode of Economic Village Focus. My name is Tommy Benson and today we bring you a very interesting one. Currently, we are in a factory somewhere in Agege local government where we'll be taking us through what a typical day in an aluminium production factory looks like. Stay tuned. So we all know that aluminium production is a major index of industrialization in any nation. In Nigeria, aluminium is mostly used in the construction industry for making windows, door frames and what have you, and also used in the production of household items such as forks, spoons and cutlery. The aluminium industry is one that should be critically considered as a measure of our development in Nigeria, not only because the aluminium industry is rapidly growing due to increase in demand for its product, but because the aluminium industry is gradually moving towards a state of structural transition, which I believe is strongly driven by access to long-term economically attractive energy, the growth of new markets, and availability of raw materials. Since 2011, global aluminium demand has increased by 40% to 63 million tons in 2017. According to Economic Intelligence Center, global aluminium demand is expected to rise by 4% between 2018 and 2020. Perhaps with adequate infrastructure and the right government policies, I believe that the aluminium industry in Nigeria would be accountable for a significant increase in the country's GDP. So guys, we're currently at Deeks Ventures Limited, somewhere in Orile Agege local government, where we'll be spending time with the production supervisor, Mr. Ademisola Adebonaja. He will be running us through what Deeks Ventures does and all that we need to know about aluminium production. So, hi Darren.
Hello.
Can you just run us through what Deeks Ventures does?
Deeks Venture is a giant in aluminium. We import, produce, install. Also, we deal with Gerard. You understand? Gerard are coated stones. All of them have become different sizes, different gauges, different lengths. Then we have the machines that will produce for you. So that's what Deeks Venture does. We import, we produce, and we install.
Okay. So can you just take us through the process of production and all of that?
This is a full coil. This coil is called this beige. Color is beige. It's 4.5. It comes into this machine here. Our machine is long span. We call it metra, but in the market it's known as long span.
Okay.
But here in the factory we call it metra. So the aluminum product comes into here and it goes straight down to the end. The rollers form the shape, forms the design. The design is what is called long span, what's called metra. But there are different types of design. There's a multi-coco, there's step tile, there's a normal. Different designs. But what we majorly focus on is the coil.
Okay, so if I may ask, this coil, does it come in other thickness? Because I can see this is really light.
Yeah, this is 4.5. There's the 5.5, there's 0.7. It depends on how much you have.
So typically, what are these coils used for? After they've been put in the machine, what are they used for?
This is what you use to cover your house.
Okay.
This is what you use to roof. This is what is on top of every house you see.
Okay. With me here is Mr. Shola Shudende, the CEO of Deeks Ventures Limited. He will be answering vital questions about the aluminium production industry. So, sir, please, can you tell us what Deeks Ventures does?
Yeah, Deeks Ventures is a registered company in Nigeria. We are into the manufacturing of all kinds of aluminum roofing sheets, basically long span and step tiles and stone coated, which most people call Gerard roofing sheets. Yeah, it is actually imported and we come here to corrugate and produce to sizes for consumers at their own specification, basically.
How big and important do you think the aluminium industry is to the Nigerian market?
Thank you. The roofing part of every structure is highly important. There is no construction without covering. So it is a fundamental part of the roofing or building subsystem as regarding construction. So basically, roof is, I would say, considered as the most essential part of construction because it is actually the covering and shows the beauty of the house.
How does the business work? What's the demand and supply for aluminium products like?
Yeah, the demand basically is all through the year because building must take place, and in as much as there is need for people to live in a house, there will always be need for people to use the house. So it's an ongoing business, and the going concern is there basically, and the patronage is all through the app. So you cannot overemphasize the need for people to buy roofing materials to cover their houses.
Sir, can you take us through the process of production from the raw material all the way through to the finished products that you sell out?
Yeah, thank you. The raw material basically, like I said, initially comes from outside the country, and after the process of importing and clearing and all that stuff, we bring them to the factory where we process them. From the major coil, we put them into machines. Depending on the design we want to chunk out to the final user, or depending on the specification of the consumer. Basically, we have the long stretch one, which people normally call long span, because it goes in whatever length you want it to be. That's why it's called long span. So we have the step tiles, which is in the kind of the stepping design, and the other one is the new stone coated roof tiles. Those ones are finished goods imported from abroad, and basically that is how it goes in, and depending on what the customers want at the particular point in time is what we produce at the factory. But the major raw material is aluminum foil, which like I already said is imported, and the machines process them to the final consumer. Thank you.
So, if I may ask, what was your motivation for starting this kind of business?
Motivation basically is due to necessity. Let me say that, because we weren't taught all this in school basically. It's just that when you graduate and you are on the field, you get yourself acquainted with what goes on around you, and like Sherlock, I saw this and I thought, well, let me take this as a passion, and since then it's gone through the rudiment of training, and here we are at this point. Thank you.
So, what technological innovations do you think can be put in place to make the production of aluminium and roofing materials easier?
Yeah, thank you. I think the major thing is in the area of raw material. Nigeria, to be candid, though we have the raw material, we have the natural raw material, but there is no company turning it into the kind of raw material we need to process our own roofing sheet. We just have the natural raw material, but the companies are not actually turning it into finished goods for us to use to process in the factory. So we actually want the government to work into that line, so that they make all the rolling mills functional, basically. And secondly is the issue of the power, which is fundamental in all production. We have the problem of power. You have to run 24 hours on diesel, and as a result, it increases your cost of production vis-a-vis the cost at which people will buy. This should be, at least the price should be customer friendly. But when you run 24 hours on diesel, and diesel is going, the price of diesel goes up, and every now and then you find yourself having to cope with the pricing, basically. So in that regard, I will want government to work on the area of raw materials and that of the power, which are the most important parts that actually is problematic for us in the industry for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. How sustainable do you think the aluminium production business is, or how sustainable do you think it would be in the next 10 to 20 years?
Yeah, thank you. Given our own society and the kind of structure we build, aluminium will be here till I will say till kingdom come, because it is number one, it doesn't corrode. So you find that if you use it, it's going to be there till eternity. It doesn't corrode, it doesn't fade, it is always there. So as it is, the going concern is there. It's been there since before we were born, and actually we made it here, and we are still going to leave it here, because it doesn't corrode, it doesn't fade, it doesn't die. That's just it. Thank you.
So, if a young person comes to you and they're willing to start a business like this, can you just share guidelines to starting a business like this?
Thank you. I would say for every business, there has to be a passion. Whatever you want to do as a business or as a study, you have to have a passion for it. Anybody that is interested in this line of business will have to go through the two village. You just have to be trained, you have to be exposed to the nitty-gritty of it, and you have to follow the rudiment as it goes. It's not a training of 1 month, 2 months, it's a going concern training. So as I am too, I'm still learning basically, because new innovations comes, new design comes, new technology comes, and we have to follow the trend as it goes. So basically, anybody that's interested will have to come to people like us that are willing to train people of other people that actually understands the rudiment of business and are willing to train to learn. That is just it. Thank you.
So, is access to finance readily available from the government? And how supportive has the government policies been for like in the importation of your raw materials?
To be candid, the government has practically done nothing. The business, as it applies to other businesses in Nigeria, basically, starting point is always the problem. Nobody wants to assist the starter. The banks will come when you are set up like this. No banks wants to start up with somebody like just call it. They want a finished goods which they can, okay, just bring your funds, let's keep for you, and that is when they will start talking. But you see, the government are actually, in the area of financing, the government needs to do a lot. The government has done practically nothing as far as we are concerned on the field. Basically, they are not talking about those who carry portfolios and people around. They are talking about those who are actually the core business. The government has actually done nothing. Even if you are going to get a loan, you are getting a loan almost 30%. What kind of business will you do that? If you are going to clear, if you are going to import, you import at 40% duty rate, and there's no raw materials in Nigeria, then how do you sustain your business? Basically. So the government has done practically, to my own view, nothing as regards sustaining this business.
So, I know the core of your business is production of roofing materials, basically. So, what other products can be made from aluminium?
Yeah, there are so many things that comes out of aluminium that could be made of aluminium. Engines of cars now are in aluminium. We have chromes of cars. We have can for malt drinks and all that. All that are aluminium products. Aluminium products goes fast as many. It's an household thing basically, because there's nothing basically. The pots are aluminium, spoons are aluminium, and you find that aluminium is part of our life. It's just there. So it is the product that will not fade over time because it's always there.
Can you give young Nigerians, young entrepreneurs, like a general advice to starting up their own business?
Yeah, thank you. Entrepreneurs that are willing to do whatever business they feel they have passion for. You have to be dedicated. You have to learn the business inside out, and you'll have to focus on it, and you have to stay with it. It's not as if you do one in 2 months, that tired of it, jump to the next one. If you have a passion for one, stick to it, learn it, and be perfect with it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. I hope our viewers find this very insightful.
I'm Shoda Samuel Olushola, the Managing Director of Deeks Ventures, Aluminium Company. Keep watching Economic Village. Thank you.